Hi my YouTube family, this is Melody from Home Garden and Fashion. I thank you so much for being here today. Today we're going to have a wonderful time together. Hi, this is Melody from Home Garden and Fashion. Please welcome to Home Garden and Fashion. Today's story is going to be very interesting and is something that interests each and every one of us as we all wonder about the mystery of health and good health. Who doesn't want to achieve it? But achieving this good health is totally mysterious thing. So let's just enjoy the story. So I hope all of you are doing well and all of you had a wonderful day. So now as that night time has rolled up, so please get into your jammies or whatever that you wear for sleeping and have your nice warm cup of tea, sleeping tea preferably, and get inside a warm bed and all tucked in, cozy and ready to drift into wonderful sleep and dreams, sweet dreams. We'll begin with few nice breaths. So let's take in some few nice breaths. We're going to start taking the breath at the count of 4. We take a breath in, hold it, and then we let it out at the count of 8. So we're going to do about 10 breaths of this at the count of 4. Take it in, and at the count of 8 let it out. So you will do about 8 breaths and that'll relax you. Breathing is very important. Breathing is the most important thing, so we need to learn to breathe properly. Usually we take half breath, we don't fill up our lungs fully or exhale fully. So it doesn't matter how busy you are in a day, but just give 10 minutes for your breathing daily, so you breathe properly at least for 10 minutes before sleeping, and it will calm you down significantly. I know we all have different problems throughout our day, but at the end of the day, put away all those problems, because when you are in the bed and trying to get a restful sleep, if you clutter your mind with all the problems, you're not going to be able to have a restful sleep. So put away all the worries and problems and give it to the universe, to the God, whoever is controlling everything. So we surrender ourselves to His mercy or her mercy, whoever it is that controlling the entire universe, female or male God. And then we just let our body completely go, completely melt down, and we give into wonderful sleep. So in my today's story, there was this queen and a king, and the queen and king, obviously with the name king and queen, they were very rich, and they had everything possible available to them, so they did not have to worry about any money or anything. So king and queen once went for traveling. So they were traveling, and as they were traveling with outside different kinds of weather and different kinds of food, they sort of became ill. So they were going to different doctors, and since they are king and queen, they had their different servers and everybody with them, so those people will arrange good doctors and everything, and the doctors were giving a lot of medication to them to bring about their health, and nothing seemed to be working. And the king and the queen basically, after they raised their children, they had this greatest desire in their heart and soul that they will travel and see all the people and how they are doing and what different lifestyle and food that they follow, and learn from it and help out as many people as they can. But that wasn't happening because of the ailing health for both of them. Now, as they were king and queens and they didn't have any problem with money, so their food was very good too, and they ate a lot of different kinds of food and very rich food, healthy, not really healthy, but rich food, very good food. And since they were king and queen, they had a lot of social interactions, so they had many friends and events they attended. So this having people and parties and getting together was a normal thing for them. And they were really searching for an answer. They were in search for an answer how to have the perfect health, that no diseases. And the king and the queen, they knew that the money they have and the money they had, they could be able to find a solution, and it shouldn't be so hard since they can travel to many places, call on many people, and find the exact solution. So they hired many doctors, many health practitioners to see what they can do and achieve the optimum health. And everything the doctor gave or did, nothing ever seemed altogether or perfect. There was just something band-aid on a disease. It wasn't curing anything or fixing anything. It was just creating more diseases. So the king and queen were very puzzled at this, that they could have everything except good health, and which they didn't think it was right. So as king made an announcement that I am looking for a person who can come and give us the perfect health, give us some sort of medication, pill, magic wand, something that will give us the perfect health. I will give him the biggest mansion that there is, so he can practice this theory for the perfect health in that place, and all the manpower that he needs to practice this if this works. So the word got around, and everybody started coming, and everybody started giving king and queen all sorts of advice, doing all sorts of things, all sorts of massages, all sorts of potions and everything. and all sorts of bats and masks, whatever there was, all sorts of gemstone, jewelry, all sorts of herbs, and nothing was actually working. It was just piling up the palace with things. Nothing actually worked. Then, after this word got around, there was far, far away in the forest, there was this sadhu. Sadhu is another word in India for yogi. There was this yogi who sat inside a cave, and so someone came to the king, and then that person informed the king that, king, there is a cave, and in this cave there is a yogi, and the yogi has the answers for your question, because that yogi have not had any health problem in years, in 20 years, so the yogi knows what to do. So the king sent messengers to send a message to the yogi saying that the king has called on him and he should visit the king. The messenger went there and told the yogi that king wished to visit him, or he should visit the king, whichever is the convenient. Since yogi was inside a cave and there was nothing there, so it would be hard for king to go inside the cave and live there or visit the yogi, and it would be reasonable for the yogi to go visit the king, because king's palace has every possible thing available. So yogi was very kind, gentle, nice, cooperative person. The yogi agreed to this, and he came with the messenger to visit the king. And then king explained his and queen's disease, and he also said that if anyone can make them disease free, then he will donate the biggest wing of the palace and all the manpower for that person to practice what he had just done on the king and queen and make them better so they never get sick again. And he told the yogi, this palace, my palace, is your palace now, and you stay here and you can eat, drink, sleep, whatever you wish. So yogi didn't speak so much. He stayed quiet most of the time. He prayed. So he asked from the king that if he could just have one room and the end of the wing without any disturbance. And king was very honored to give the yogi that one room. And yogi went inside his room, and then around 8 o'clock at night, the king's messenger came and asked the yogi that king has sent him an invitation for a huge feast and dance, and king wishes that he would come and sit there and meet all his friends and people. Yogi accepted and he came, and he was sitting at the feast, and when king offered yogi food and drinks and yogi said no, at this king was kind of offended, because here he is king and he has all the foods and drinks and entertainment for all the people and all his people in his kingdom enjoying, but here's a poor yogi who refused to eat any food or drink. So then the yogi never got angry. Yogi was very calm and peaceful. So yogi said to the king, "Oh dear, my king, I know you are angry with me for not eating or drinking anything, but I do not take any food after the sunset, because any food is taken after the sunset becomes poison to the body. See all the animals. I lived in the jungle and I see all the animals, and animals do not eat after dark. Only animal eat after dark is a bat, and bat does not sleep at dark. Bat stays up and sleeps all day, so bat eats all night. And human sleeps all night, so human has to eat in the daytime." So at this, king was very upset, and he told the yogi that yogi should just take something because he disobeyed the king. And then yogi did not take anything. Next morning, and then after some time, yogi left and went to his room. And next morning, yogi woke up 4 a.m. in the morning and started doing his yoga, pranayama, meditation. And king woke up at 8 o'clock, and king sent messenger for the yogi. Yogi came, and then this 8 o'clock, king had lots of breakfast, and king offered the yogi breakfast and all sorts of drinks and juices and things and milk. And the yogi did the same thing. He did not accept any food, and king was even furious that the yogi is insulting the king by not taking any food even for breakfast. But yogi explained that upon waking up at 4 a.m. he does all his yoga, meditation, exercise, and all the chores that he needs to do. Upon waking up, he gives about 6 to 8 hours of fasting, and this fasting from night time till morning comes about 16 hours. So about daytime around 11 o'clock, yogi breaks his fasting. So around 11-12 o'clock, king had his lunch time, and it was another huge feast, and king called upon the yogi again to come and enjoy the lunch. As yogi came, and yogi said to the king that, "Please forgive me, my king, I will not be able to eat all this because these are not my food. When I break my fasting, I take some gourd, like Loki, which is a gourd or bitter gourd, and then I make some juice." So he squashed up many green leaves and some bitter gourd, some ginger, and mostly green things, and he squashed them up with 2 stones, banging on them, and then he had a piece of cloth. He strained out the juice and he broke his fasting with that juice. And after 1 hour following that juice, he took some fruits, and again 2 hour following that, he took some vegetables. And before 5-6 p.m., by the time it was 5 and 6 p.m., yogi took some boiled rice and some vegetable. That was his last meal. And then again, night time, around 8 o'clock, king called upon yogi, and the yogi was sleeping, sound asleep. He has to wake up and come, and king was very disturbed at this, that yogi fall asleep at 8 o'clock and refused to attend king's huge dinner party with friends and dancing and enjoyment. So the next day, Yogi said that he must go back to his cave because King's this lifestyle has disrupted his lifestyle, and he's seeing that this lifestyle trying to make him little bit sick. And King was very mad, even really angry with this, with Yogi, that he has given Yogi everything. So then he said to the yogi that I called you here to give me a potion or medicine or something to fix my ailing health, but you haven't done so. On top of that, you have insulted me so much by not coming to my party, not having my this amazing, very tasty meals, and it's just you did not respect me. So at this, the yogi said that to the king that, my lord, sir, the reason you're sick and the reason his queen is sick because of your lifestyle. Your lifestyle, the way you're living, that creates a lot of toxins in the body, and you're not giving the body any rest. As I left the society and went to the forest in the caves, I followed the lifestyle of animals. I followed the nature's law. So there I began to eat like animals during the daylight, eating mostly greens and fruits and vegetables which nature gives us willingly, and eating things which are very easily digestible, as these fruits and vegetables and fruit juices get digested into the body within 2 to 3 hours of eating, and they are excreted from the body very easily. So I don't hold on to toxins in my body, so thus I don't have any diseases. But your lifestyle, where you have so much food throughout the whole day, most of the time cooked food, and all kinds of high rich food, and very late night till late night entertaining, enjoying, and sleeping so late, and drinking, smoking, all these things are nothing but burden and toxins to your body and your organs. So that is the reason you and queen is very sick. So if you change your life to a yogi's life, then all your diseases will be gone. At this, king and queen both were very furious with the yogi, saying, how can we change our life to a yogi's life? We are king and queen, and we have all the money on this planet, so we cannot do that. So Yogi said, I have given you the advice which will change your health. Now it's up to you. And Yogi also said that since Yogi lived in the jungle for years, and since he lived this lifestyle, so he did not accumulate any toxins in his body. But since king and queen live this kind of life, so even though they eat fruits and vegetables and drink green juices, still the toxins which is already in the body is going to be still there. So he, king and queen, needs to do some animals too to get rid of the toxins which already there. So the king wasn't going to listen to all this. He was looking for a magic wand, magic pill, and the yogi left, and king said, okay, then you're not going to get the biggest building or lots of funding to. And at this the yogi said that actually I don't need the biggest building or the manpower or the funding, because what advice I have for good health for life, does not take any money or funding or big building or manpower. This is done by each and every person at the comfort of their own home. You just look at the animals, how they live in nature, and you follow that. And he asked the king, when somebody breaks a bone, some body parts, do the doctors have any medication to put on the bones? No, they just. So the yogi explained to the king that anybody can follow these health rituals in home and they don't need any money or to go any place. And he also explained that look in the nature or look even in our human, when we break any bones, that time the doctors just put a plaster on it and say that body will heal it itself. So the same theory for everything, body heals it itself. All you have to do is let the body do its job and also same time follow some rules of nature. And the rules of nature were the humans were meant to be eating fruits and vegetables, and that's what they have to eat because that digests easily, and the food that takes long time for the body to digest does not get digested, and that sits in the large intestine for hours and rots in there and then become toxic material, and that's what floats around all over the body and blood, and it gives rise to the bad bacteria which comes to eat those poisons and toxins, and that's what the disease is. So king and queen, you need to change your ways and change your lifestyle. And instead of getting up 8, 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, you have to get up 4 a.m. Then you have to do yoga, meditation. You have to drink some lemon water to cleanse your system. And then you have to drink some green juices around 11, 12 o'clock. And then you have to take some fruits. And then you have to take some fruits and vegetables, and then you have to eat your meal around 5, 6 o'clock in the evening before sunset. And once the sunset, you do not eat anything. You pray, you do your meditation, little bit more yoga, and by 7, 8 you go to sleep. And that's the basic of good health, and that's what being followed in the nature with the animals. But humans are the only one who twisted this whole thing and eating all kinds of garbage, and that's why they are so unhealthy. And then they are running around putting even more toxins into their body, and that's even making them more unhealthy. So that is the reason yogi left everything and the society and everything and went in the cave to meditate, because yogi realized that that lifestyle gave him the ultimate health and happiness. So the king and queen heard everything, but they knew they couldn't do it. So the yogi left, and the king and queen were in deep sorrow and they didn't know what to do. By this time, they had their palace full of people from everywhere with all the potions and stones and medications to help them, and here they are, they had the answers in front of them, and it's going to take a lot of effort in kings and queens part to change the whole thing. So they called their children, and the children came and they sat down and discussed the whole thing with the children, and they told them, okay, we're going to try this, what the yogi said, since we have tried everything and that did not help us. So what the yogi said, we will try this method for 6 months, And if our diseases go away, then we will continue this lifestyle. But if our diseases did not go away, then we were going to hang that yogi because he had given wrong information. So the children agreed to what the king and queen had to say, and the children took over the house, the kingdom, everything. And the king and queen, they went to the jungle and they built themselves a beautiful looking hut, and they had people taking care of them and protecting them. And the king and queen, they started living the life just like the yogi said, and they had few doctors with them to monitor them and give them enema and all that. Initially it was hard, and after they followed this, about within a month the king and queen got extremely sick, and then they called on the yogi, and the yogi came, and the king and queen said, my children are going to hang you now because we have become extremely ill following what you just said. So at this, the yogi said, my lord, you have followed a very bad kind of diet and lifestyle for a very long time. So you have a lot of toxins into your body, and these toxins has to come out. And when these toxins come out, they come out in every open pores, everything throughout the body, through the mouth, through the skin, to the hair, to the back, through the front, everywhere they're going to come out. So it will be more sickness for a while, and this may process might take year or 2 years, not just 6 months. And if you are willing to hang me, you can go ahead and do so. I have no problem with it. So the king then decided to wait and see. As king and queen suffered a lot for 6 months, their toxicity was too much, and it came slowly throughout every holes of the body. And then 6 months later, they started feeling better. And even after the year was gone, they felt really amazing. So king and queen, they came back to their kingdom, and the wing they were going to give it to the yogi. They called the yogi and gave him the wing and begged him to stay there with them, and they spread the message of this health and people's lifestyle among everybody, and they tried to change at least their kingdom to all the people who were willing to change their lifestyle and their diet so they could be healthy. So today's moral of the story is our body does heal itself if time is given to it, and also we need to see the animals the way they live and follow more of their lives because they are living in nature and eating exactly what they are supposed to eat and following the nature's rule. And we humans are not really following the nature's rule and doing and eating whichever time we want, whenever we want, and that is what causing our diseases. So thank you so much. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment and share this video. I love you all. Good night, sweet dreams. Hi, thank you so much for being here today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment and share this video. Thank you. May God bless you all.